Hey everybody, this is Shanna Rose coming at you with Hoops Country on the Hoops from the Hills channel. Today we're going to talk about the WVU Women's basketball team. They are off to a pretty great start on the season. They are 4-0, and this week they had two big wins over Power 4 opponents. They defeated Pitt on Tuesday by the score of 82-54. Of course, bragging rights, that's the backyard brawl. Always a big game, always a competitive game. Both teams always want to win that one. And you had Quinterly, Harris, JJ Quinterly, Jordan Harris, Sydney Shaw. All three were top scorers. They all three registered in double digits again. Kind of the theme for the season. And then last night, Friday, the Mountaineers defeated Texas A&M at home 83-62. That game was a little bit closer for the first half, but the Mountaineers, they broke away in the third quarter, outscored Texas A&M 27-7 in the third, and were able to win pretty hefty. Again, Sydney Shaw, she's a great addition to this team. She's had 12 points and 6 rebounds on Friday. Jordan Harris didn't score in double figures, but she had 8 points and 8 assists. She's feisty. She, looks for her teammates. And then JJ Quinterly had a huge game, which is kind of great to see because in the first couple games, I feel like she struggled a little bit, even though she was scoring. She finished with 27 points and 4 assists. She was 9 of 16 from the field and 4 of 5 from 3-point range. Kylie Blackstein, she had 17 points on the night. She was 5 of 7 from 3. And when Kylie is hot from beyond the arc and makes several threes, it seems like the Mountaineers they win. They fuel off of that. And then, Kyle Watson, she had 8 rebounds. Freshman Jordan Thomas, I think I touched on this the last time, and said that she's going to be special. She had 6 points. Overall, WVU played 11 different players, because like I said before, they really have a lot of depth on this team. They have different players they can spread it out and use. If there's ever going to be injuries, I feel like there's that depth. But they had 11 players that played. Out of those 11 players, 7 of those girls saw at least 7 minutes of playing time, and 9 different players scored. So, like I said, it's always important to have that depth, especially when you kind of get into the meat and potatoes of the schedule. Texas A&M, they were 2-1 heading into last night's contest. They're definitely not a slouch of a team. So that's a huge win. WVU forced 20 turnovers. Off those 20 turnovers, they got 17 points. They also had 13 steals. Defensively, this team is great. They play great defense. They're very physical. They're very tough. They're very gritty. And I love to see that. They also, they can shoot the ball. They are efficient from beyond the arc, especially against Texas A&M. They've really showed that. They shot 51% from the field on Friday, and they made 87% of their free throws. And then they were they shot 60% from beyond the arc. I think they were like 12 of 20 from 3. So again, those are big numbers. If they keep shooting lights out like that on the season, it's going to help them, get far. One kind of area they did end up committing 17 turnovers. I think they need to cut that back a little bit. Sometimes I think they're just trying to play too fast and they get a little sloppy at times, but it didn't hurt them in this game. And just the fact that they do play that tough physical style, I think they are going to have more turnovers than some. They out-rebounded Texas A&M 30-20. Again, they kind of dominate the teams on the boards. I think that's because they have that physicality, and that's going to really help them going forward. I really like this team. I think I've said this before. I think Mark Kellogg is a wonderful coach. What he did last season, and it seems like it's carrying over into this season, it hypes you up. This team is energetic. They're physical. They are enthusiastic. They play defense. They share the ball. They can shoot the ball. They are a great team. I think this is one of the best WVU teams that I've ever seen. In the past, I remember, not necessarily on this kind of platform, but I remember telling family and friends like, oh, we have a good basketball team. We're going to win some games. We're going to get into the tournament, maybe get through the first round or two. But I never really felt that we had a team that could play on the level of like a Notre Dame, a South Carolina, UConn. I never felt like those teams they're such powerhouses. They have such a great program. They have such great talent. And I never really felt like we could go out there and just like beat those teams. I think Mark Kellogg has such a, he has that kind of team this year. I think there's so much depth on this team, the way this team plays, how hard they fight, how gritty they are. I think they have the ability to go out there on a national stage and, contend with these teams. Like, I feel very confident in saying that. I know it's only 4 games in, but I really, really feel good about this team. I think they have the potential to go far in this season. I think they have the potential to possibly win the Big 12. And when it gets down into March Madness, I think they have the depth and the capability to make a deep run into March. I'm really excited for this team. I know women's basketball is not always something that people want to watch. It doesn't draw as much attention as men's basketball. I know over the past few years, like with Caitlin Clark and some of these big names, it has, picked up more steam. But this team's a lot of fun. They're really fun to play. I hope people can actually get behind this team, maybe make a special trip down to the Coliseum. Yeah, I know a lot of us live throughout the state. I live an hour from Morgantown. But, and some people live further than that. They're like 3 hours, 4 hours away. But hopefully more people can make it in this season, check out this team. I really think it's fun. I know there's some questions like with the men's team and the football team. And I really do think this team has like a lot of potential. And so hopefully more people kind of jump on the bandwagon of women's basketball, especially get behind the Mountaineers. I think, they're really going to be a great team. They're a lot of fun to watch. Watch them on ESPN Plus. You're gonna catch a great game. I don't feel like they're gonna let you down in that aspect. But I think they have a lot of potential. They're a lot of fun. This is great. I think this is going to be great for women's basketball in West Virginia, in Morgantown. Like I said, women's basketball doesn't get the hype that men's basketball or football gets. And I know like over the last few years, WVU baseball has picked up. So it'd kind of be nice, like, with WVU basketball, women's basketball getting on the grid and kind of establishing a name and getting some attention. Hopefully it'll get that kind of attention and it can become a program like some of these big names we're talking about how good they are and actually being like a potential contender going forward. Like I said, I really like this team. Last night they won their 32nd straight non-conference home win. And that dates back to, I think, 2018-2019 season. They're a great basketball program. They're a great basketball team. They're only getting better. Mark Kellogg's a great coach. He's going to do wonderful things for this program. I really, truly believe that. But the girls, they play again on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. at the Coliseum against Bowling Green. Check them out on either ESPN Plus, or if you can make it out, go out and watch them. I don't think you'll be disappointed. That's all I have for today. I'll catch you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.